Unit 3. Extra, extra. Exercise 15B, page 30.
I've just been reading about a survey conducted among school leavers and media studies graduates. Apparently, media studies is the latest really cool subject to study.
Well, I find that surprising, considering the recent spate of press reports accusing cash-hungry universities and colleges of conning media studies graduates.
Conning graduates? In what way?
They claim that many of them have been offering inadequate courses which fail to equip students for any kind of posting in the industry, and at best leave them fit only for mundane clerical work, or worse, waiting tables.
Well, despite bad press and unscrupulous educational establishments, media studies apparently is no longer considered a cop-out to the extent that it's even being taught in schools at A-level. I don't know about you, but I, for one, no longer cringe when divulging my major during conversations with law or accounting graduates, or, more importantly, on application forms.
I grant you that. Whatever the press say, media studies graduates do seem to be better regarded by potential employers these days. I think that at last they've recognised that media courses, good ones that is, equip students with valuable communication, research, IT and general literacy skills, not to mention teach them how to work well as part of a team.
And the employment figures concerning media studies graduates doesn't bear out the press reports either. The survey I mentioned showed that 72% were in full-time employment, compared with the national average of 65%, although admittedly they didn't all go into media-related occupations.
So what? A job's a job. It just goes to prove what I was saying before. A good media studies course equips students with the basic skills to do any job well. And if you take a wider definition of the cultural industry, and include advertising, PR and publishing, then media studies graduates do extremely well in their chosen field compared with those in other subjects. Of course, it depends on how flexible you are. Naturally, a vocational course is more likely to guarantee you your ideal job than a general degree like media studies.
But I do think there are some students who suffer from the delusion that a media degree is a surefire route to stardom, or at the very least a glamorous post at some major TV channel. They are the ones who feel let down, and I suspect it is the likes of those disgruntled few the press reports you mentioned were alluding to.
You're probably right. It was probably just another case of biased reporting. We see it every day. However, on the bright side, I have heard stories, admittedly few and far between, about recent graduates who have found jobs in their first year after graduating with national newspapers or as TV news presenters. But really, and I'm thinking of the educational institutions criticised in the press, all a good media studies course is obliged to do is give students the basic tools required to put them on the bottom rung of the ladder.
Yes, but what I don't understand is how the standard of these courses can vary so much. I thought there was some kind of regulatory body.
Well, part of the problem is that many of these institutions are simply so strapped for cash they'll take just about anybody in. So it's hardly surprising media studies graduates are lacking in ability when many of them should never have been accepted on the course in the first place.
I've heard some colleges accept students who are hardly capable of stringing a coherent sentence together.
On the other hand, there are some things that just can't be taught, natural talent and charisma. The fact remains that in a highly competitive industry like the media, the best skill you can have is to stand out from the crowd. Because if you don't have that, then all the qualifications in the world won't help you.